Hello, welcome. My name is Niko, and I love Warcraft 2 multiplayer. And here I just want to make a lot of videos because there are not many videos online about how to play multiplayer Warcraft 2, like theory, any instruction. I mean, there are a few videos, but I think this game deserves many more detailed videos about how to play multiplayer and about basic tricks. So I'm not like super professional player in this, so I don't know everything, but I know a lot. I know enough to get you started playing multiplayer and have fun. And I know the game isn't as popular. I mean, it's a 30-year-old game, so what do you want? It's not as popular now as some other multiplayer strategies, real-time strategies. But still, there are people playing, and recently Warcraft 2 got remastered and there's multiplayer option. There's still stuff needs to be fixed, but if it's gonna get fixed, maybe there'll be more steady amount of players, and it could be really fun. And there are other like places you can play Warcraft 2. I'm not gonna talk about this on this stream, like in those videos. But anyway, everything I talk about here is applicable, like no matter where you play multiplayer Warcraft 2, this stuff is useful. So let's go, and I'll talk. This is the first video, so just me talking about some very basic stuff. I don't want the video to be long. I'm just starting this channel, so just I want to talk about theory of the game, and I want to make many videos, maybe 100 videos. And I will discuss all different build orders, all different like ideas and tricks. Alright, let's go. Enough talking. Let's get into a game and let me discuss basic stuff. Usually high resources, 1 peon, Garden of Warbane. It's normal map to start. Okay, let us go. And submarines can only be seen by flyers, towers, and other stuff. That's good to know, but this is a land map right now, so we'll not worry about it. So making a hole. So it's you have P1, you need to make a hole. It's the first thing you do. You need to remember the first very important thing is where you make a hole actually matters. There are different locations of hole that can boost your mining a little bit because your peons will collide less. Now I'm not gonna get into that actually, and I'm not an expert in this. This is very complex idea because peons will pop up like on this side to face your mine, but when they pop out of mine they also will pop up at a certain location, and it depends on where your hole is. I would recommend to have like so it's not so your hole is not like to the side, below, above, or to the other side, just a bit at an angle, I would say. But usually if you cannot, like as long as it's 3 steps is generally okay. But I'll make maybe video about this another time because this is an interesting topic, but this is more advanced topic. So let's say you want 3 steps at least. That's important, and try to not make it like too close to it. Like in this case probably will be okay if I make it here, but if you make it to the side edges, sometimes it could be funny where peons pop up. Like you don't want your peon to go like from here to here, but in this case it will be fine. So once we make a hole, you make a farm. And the main idea here that where you put hole is important. Like don't think like I put hole here or here, it's the same. It's not same. There are different amount of collisions between peons, and that determines how fast you're getting your gold. Maybe by a little bit, but in a pro game it makes a difference. And even sometimes not in a pro, it's better to get more gold if you can. Okay, so the main idea in this game is economy. Like you have to understand it. I shouldn't have made a farm. So usually I would make like rugs. Like I just doesn't matter. So you make farm, and if you want to come out, you make a farm. But you have to make farms in the beginning because you need a lot of peons. So main thing in this game is economy. You have to understand. So you want to make peons. Always make peons. Like most important. So you'll use basic build order. So rugs. So farm, rugs, another farm, and smiths. This is basic rush. It's a very good strategy to know. It's like a beginner build, and I'll talk about this build more specifically. But for now, I'll demonstrate. So we try to make farm because we want to have food. We need, we want more peons. So we need to increase our supply because I'm constantly making peons. I have a lot of money, so I'm constantly pressing Q. And by the way, I'm using grid space, so you can see. When I click on peon, like it's QWE, it's a grid layout. So it's very comfortable, I like it. And you can set it up in the menu. So now another topic. See, I'm making farm again, I'm making units, everything. Where you place farms or buildings? You don't want to place buildings here next to a gold mine. You don't want to block your mining. You also you want to make sure you have some space for wood to chop. Now I'm gonna make an upgrade. For 1 rocks, you can make an axe. Sometimes if you want to save gold, you can do this, but we'll do this. You always start upgrading as soon as you have this, because if you have more damage or armor, you do better in a rush battle, in the first battle with grunts. So you're making grunts. But main idea is economy. You see, I'm always building farms, upgrading, building units. As soon as I have rugs, because rugs I'm making grunts, and because I want to have an army. You don't want to start like this tower. You don't want to do towers in the beginning usually. In a multiplayer game, you want to make units, because once you have units, you can help your ally, you can defend. Yeah, you can do everything, and you can scout. So you actually, when you make first grunt, you usually scout. So you see, I'm gonna go here, and you can put. I'm gonna put to gold, make a farm, upgrade. Now actions it creates, and you can put E. It means it will attack everything it encounter. So send the scout here. Now don't worry. In my other videos, I'll cover all this in detail. There's a lot of already quite complex things we could be discussing. But for now, it's just basic idea. You make units, and you can use them to fight, and you can defend, you can attack. And you're making farm, and then at some point, like when it's 25, you can make a mill, but you want to make sure that you have always enough space to always make peons. Like, there's never a time you should stop making peons, because the more peons you have, the more gold you will have. At some point, like once a mill will cross 300, you can put some to chop. The reason why you want, because once mill finishes, you will get more lumber. So at some point you will transfer peons to chop, and I will explain this build more carefully in another thing. The main idea of this video is where to make your hole, so I'm scouting, and where to make your buildings, so you have a clear path of mining, and you're always making peons. And you don't want to start any upgrades usually. You don't want to start this upgrade for stronghold until you have mill, because mill gives you 25 lumber. So now that these guys would chop, you're gonna get 125. Okay, so we scouted, and we found, and the reason you want to scout, you want to know what your opponent is doing. So when I scout this guy, I see that they are already keep, and I know that they're gonna go griffins there. So, but it's very important to scout in a RTS game. Alright, I think this about covers the topics for this video. Just Oh, another thing I didn't mention. So when you make stuff, it pops out, the units will pop up on the left side of the hole. So see, I didn't make a farm, and now you can forget, and it's not good. But I just want to make some space. Usually you wouldn't do this, but you can if you need space. So here I just want to show that units will pop up counterclockwise. So it starts the left top side of your building. Same thing with grants, and it pop-ups here. So, and if I put here, 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 and it's very important to notice. So you don't want to be blocked in some way that I put farm here, and then my peons cannot get. So when they get they pop up to the left side, you go and same thing in rocks. Like you don't want to trap your grants, you want them to be able to come out. Alright, so this is a first good video, and it's a good place to stop. So main thing of this video is the economy. Make sure your hole is 3 spaces from a gold mine. Make sure there's nothing blocking the gold, the path. Make sure you are making farm, you are focusing on economy, you're making peons, farms, and then at some point you're gonna chop, but you always want to make peons, then you're gonna expand. So peons are the most important part of the Warcraft 2. Like really, peon is an S tier unit, is the strongest unit in the game, most important unit, and you need a lot of them. Fast economy means like fast growth and very powerful army. Alright, so this are some basics, and of course you want to, here I showed you make an army. I don't recommend making towers for defense, just make an army can defend you, and with army you can attack and you can help your allies and you can scout. Alright, this is it, and thank you so much for joining. This is Niko, and I will be happy to make a lot of videos on build orders, tricks, tips and stuff. Okay, let's read a tip. Flyers can only be attacked by archers, destroyers, guard towers, spellcasters and other flyers. And by that they mean like dragons or griffins. Yeah, I should make like a tier list of units, talk about units. Alright, well, thank you for joining me and have a good day. I hope you play multiplayer Warcraft more. It's an amazing game.